G'day team, Josh here. Welcome to another episode of the Ignite podcast. So today I want to talk to you about whether to promote from within or hire externally. So when you're thinking about you've got a gap to fill in the business, and typically that's as your business grows and you as a business owner want to move off the tools or focus more on bigger picture strategy, you're looking at filling that kind of gap. Do you promote from within or hire externally? So we're fresh off a boardroom training all around this. I've got a bunch of things to share with you to think about if you're in this position. Here at Ignite HQ, we've had an amazing week. So we've just launched a next level offering to our boardroom clients where we're actually going to start working with the next level down in terms of the leadership team within their businesses. So obviously within boardroom, we work with the business owners themselves in terms of helping them grow and upgrade their business and become better versions of themselves and install systems and processes and strategies for marketing and sales, and you name it, we kind of do it. But we've really noticed that next level down, particularly businesses doing 1.5 million and above, like as you start to bring or elevate, and it's kind of the theme for today, team leaders in or people in senior roles, like obviously as a business owner, you want those people to be humming and performing well, but as you might just not have the time or the inkling to kind of invest in those senior people. So we've just rolled out a new offering to our boardroom members where we'll actually come in and start to coach the next level down in terms of like mapping out, team leaders or senior members' career progression, their professional development plan. Where do you want to be in 12 months' time? Get the business owners' input into that, and then just coach those leaders each month on helping them kick goals and get better and elevate progression professionally. Things to think through when you're looking to either promote from within or hire externally. So I guess to set the scene or the scenario, we had a conversation with a bunch of boardroom members today about when do you do either or? And I guess, and I'll talk you through the process that I talked our boardroom members through, but you've just got to think about it for yourself. And overwhelmingly, the advice from boardroom members is any day of the week, they would choose to promote from within. So the scenario was boardroom member has just won a bunch of work, has just recognized that he can't keep servicing and doing all the work, so wants to start to elevate some of his team members from within to start to take over the running of some of those projects, start to take on more of a management role and starting to lead and kind of run the team, which is, I'm an absolute advocate for. But I guess the conversation came around where he's like, well, the person that I'm thinking about, I don't think's quite there yet in terms of the technical ability to really step up and run and lead projects. So do I elevate from within or do I hire externally? And so let's talk through the scenarios here. And there's no one size fits all approach, but I thought by talking you through the different scenarios and giving you insights into the advice from everyone in the room on our call today might just help you with that decision, or if you're faced with it in the future, what to kind of do. So fundamentally, you've got a gap. There is a gap there where there is a need for someone to fill that role. And so my advice, or what I walked our boardroom member through today is, before you think about whether to promote from within or whether to hire externally, you've got to step back and actually look at that particular role and look at the ideal candidate for that role. So if it's like a team leader kind of role, who would be the ideal person for that role? What skill sets would they have? What attributes would they have? How would they conduct themselves? And I think it's really important to step back objectively and actually paint a picture, like you're building out a PD or a role description for that ideal role, or for that person to fill that ideal role. So if someone walked through the door tomorrow and they're the ideal candidate for that role, who would they be? And so you've got to step back objectively and actually do that, because if you're then trying to fit someone from your team into that role, you're trying to work out whether you hire externally into that role, you just get confused. So I think mapping out that role first before you even look at people is really important, because then you can objectively go, all right, well, say it's a team leader role. I want this person to be great with people, financial acumen in terms of they need to be able to invoice, have hard conversations around fees, build out fee proposals and templates. They need to be good with BD and winning work and feeding that team. They need to be good with management, so actually managing the team and making sure that deadlines are hit, they need to have good EQ and good comms to talk to clients and run client relationships, and the list kind of goes on. So you're actually like objectively mapping out the ideal person for that role and what skill sets they would have. Because once you've done that, and this is what I said to our boardroom member today, once you've done that, you can just objectively step back and go, okay, well, the person on my team at the moment, I'm thinking about elevating them into this role, but maybe that gap's too much. Like if I look at their skill set now and what I want for this role, I just think it's too much. But you don't know that until you've mapped out the person's skill set and the ideal role. So it's just going to give you a bit of an objective kind of, is it a bridge too far for an internal person to elevate into that role? Or do I need to go externally and find someone that has, very similar skill sets? So that's, by doing that, it's going to help you make that decision. But the overwhelming, advice or feedback from our boardroom members was, as much as possible, try and elevate from within. And so why? So the feedback was, well, if you're elevating from within, you've already got someone in your business that knows how you run, knows how you operate, knows how things need to be delivered or have been delivered in the past. They're familiar with the team, they're familiar with systems and processes. You already know they're a cultural fit. You already like working with them. It's only then just a skill set barrier. So overwhelmingly from boardroom, it was hire from within. And the only time, elevate from within. And the only time you would not elevate from within is if, you're looking at that next level of people in your business and you're like, I've got an immediate need for a role here. And the next level down are like 18 months to 2 years away from even being ready. And if that's the case, then you go external to the market. Because obviously hiring externally, you've got things like, can you even find someone? What are they really going to be like? What do they come with in terms of, are they any good? And obviously there's ways to kind of run through, and we have a whole training for our boardroom members on hiring high performers externally and the checklists to use and the questions to ask to make sure that you're not hiring a dud and all those sorts of things. But so the benefits of going external is you can find someone with a much closer match of skill set, but they come with all the unknowns in terms of how they're going to fit culturally, why they're leaving, all those sorts of things. And it might be totally fine. Like a couple of boardroom clients or members today shared that they just hired 2 senior people externally for that very reason. They looked at the skill sets of their team currently and are like, we need 2 team leaders now. So they've gone to market, they've found 2 incredible team leaders, they've gone through the recruitment process and they're slotting in and doing amazing. So it is definitely possible. So you've just got to think through elevating from within versus hiring externally and why you would do one over the other. So obviously and this is what I talked to our boardroom members today, is if you do choose to elevate from within, you've just got to make sure the comms are there, because sometimes, and if the bridge is a little bit too far, but you're like, no, I think this person can handle it, it's really important to set the expectations, because typically high performers like to get outside of their comfort zone, or like to get outside of, get into deeper water, so to speak. But if it is a bit of a bridge too far, high performers can often beat themselves up and go, I'm just not performing in this role. I'm getting annoyed or frustrated because I feel like I'm failing all the time. Don't want to come to work, all those sorts of things, they leave. And so if it is a bridge too far, but you really need that person or you want that person to step up, line of communication is really important. So you'd actually go, this is the role that I'd like you to step into. These are all the skill sets that I'd like you to have. I am very aware that you are not there yet, but I think you have what it takes. And I want to work with you over the next 12, 18, 24 months to get you from where you are now to fitting into that role or that position description. So you're being very clear with the team member that I don't have an expectation on you to fill those shoes tomorrow, but I believe in you and I see potential in you and I want to invest in you to step into that role. So I'm going to work with you, and we've got this training called the Professional Development Plan training, where it just maps out each quarter in terms of what you want your team members to be doing in their professional development plan, and how you keep talking to your team members around, these are the skills you want to build this quarter, let me help you do that, how are we going, etc., etc. So you just do that. You map out a plan, and you help that person grow into that role, and that is the best scenario. So as long as you're setting expectations, and as a board member said today, like every time they have asked a team member to step up, they have been blown away. Like it's almost like that team member's been waiting for that opportunity. And this is high performance, right? The team member's been waiting for the opportunity to be tapped on the shoulder to step into that next level opportunity. It's like, I should have done it 6 months ago or 12 months ago. And I think that's a conversation for another day. How business owners, we hold on to stuff because no one can do it as good as me, or I'll get it done faster, quicker, better. But when you actually step back and allow team members to shine, they really blow you away. So hopefully that helps. I just wanted to step you through whether you're thinking about promoting from within or hiring externally. There's obviously pros and cons of both, but just really step back, profile that role, get clear on that ideal person, have a look at the team. Is there capability within the team to step into that role? Can you train them and nurture them? Do you need to go external? Just thinking through those factors, because like anything, there's no real silver bullet here. It's about working out what's best for you, your business, as well as the people around you. Because as boardroom members said today, like elevating from within is amazing for staff retention, because you've got good key people who are just chomping at the bit to get the opportunity to go to the next level in your business. And sometimes if you go externally and put someone in over the top of them, it can work one of two ways. Put someone over the top of them, they're like, that opportunity's gone because that person's now there, and they lose motivation or momentum. That's a risk. Versus sometimes you hire senior people in, and the more junior people feel safer then because they've got that bridge between you and themselves. So again, you just got to think about your team, who's there, what skills they have, can they step into that role, what's the timing, all those sorts of things. So team, hope this helps. Like I said, if you want to keep doing this journey on your own, we have a ton of free resources like this episode to keep helping you do that. The podcast, the YouTube channel, the website, all those sorts of things. But if you want to join our community, if you want to be part of an amazing group of business owners all helping each other to grow, upgrade, and get better and build incredible businesses in the process, would love to have a chat with you about how we might be able to help you in Boardroom. So if that's you, if you're curious about Boardroom and how it might work for your business, please reach out, let's have a chat and see if we can make some magic happen together in Boardroom. Have an amazing day.